Hey, Chief. Hey, Chief. Have you heard? Heard what? They're gonna release him. Release who? They release people all the time. Johnny McLough. Warning! This podcast contains strong and offensive language and themes not appropriate for younger listeners or the easily offended. Welcome to London, the London of the 50s. That's the 2050s, where crime is rife because the police were defunded. So sit back and enjoy the ride of London 2055. Okay, I've called you all together because there's something very, very important indeed that you guys have to know. Yeah, what's that, Sarge? A man's is about to be released. He's about to be released from the prison. He's been in there since 2001. 2001? Fucking hell. An old man, what's that, 73 years old? He's no ordinary man. He is an incredibly dangerous man. Okay? You gotta just bear with us on this one. This man is the most psychotic person you'll ever know. And he is not coming back to London. I mean it. He is not coming back to London. He gets released in 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. But Sarge, what did he do? Constable Ricochet. You tell him. You tell them the story of Johnny McLough. Okay there, boys. So, right there, boys. So, Johnny McLough, he was in the army since he was 16. He signed up under parents' consent, yeah. So this was in 1999. He became a dangerous man from that moment onwards, okay? So he did really well in the army. He was deployed as a peacekeeper and whatnot, and he's done a lot of killing in that time. A lot of unwarranted killing. He used to go around when he was deployed on peacekeeping missions to just shoot random people in the head, Chechens or whatnot. Kosovans, he didn't care. He'd just go and think, I know, I'm gonna shoot that motherfucker in the fucking head, okay? And he'd shoot them. And that was it, yeah. But as the military, they were cottoning on to what he was doing. He knew that they were going to catch him one day. So what did he do? He started to slowly smuggle out bits of weaponry from the base when he was brought back to the UK, back to the barracks on a 6-weekly rotation, okay? So he'd be smuggling equipment out and putting it together and hiding it in places by putting it into crates and burying it. And what he would do, he would leave Hounslow Barracks down Beavis Lane, and then he would take it to parks like Inwood Park, Greenham's Park, Redleys Park, anywhere within the local area of Hounslow, because that's where he was based. And he would just bury these bits of weaponry. And it turns out that he was smuggling out bits of a minigun. Every 12 weeks on the rotations, he would be there, going to the park, burying more bits of this minigun. And one day, as he was digging up the box one last time to get his minigun together, ready to do God knows what with, there was this kid. He came along in his school uniform. And then he saw Johnny McLough polishing up this completed minigun with reams of ammo, loads of belts of ammo, just sat there, ammo boxes, all of it, just sat outside this hole. And this kid went up to him and was like, "Wow, can I see that gun?" And what do you think Johnny Bonnie McLough did to him if he went around shooting random fucking people on peacekeeper missions in the fucking head? Oh, I don't know. You tell me. Well, yeah, I will fucking tell you, yeah? So, Johnny Bonnie McLough put the minigun down. He put it just on the side of the hole. And he went up to this little kid with the shovel and battered the shit out of him with the shovel, killing him. And then he decided, you know what, I'm going to get some sick fucking pleasure and use the spade to cut the boy's legs off. You know, put the legs on the floor, spade, shovel, whatever the fuck you want to call it, on the bone, and then just slamming his foot down to cut through the limbs. And he did that to all 4 limbs. He dismembered that poor kid. Dismembered him. Put him in the fucking hole. And then buried him. So, what did he do next? Well, I'll tell you what he fucking did next. He took that minigun and he just decided to walk down London Road holding that minigun slung over his shoulder. Big bastard he was. He had enough strength to hold a minigun on his own, but at this point just slung over his shoulder with all these ammo boxes in either hand. And then he was challenged by the police. People like yours truly and the Sarge, yeah? And then he just put the ammo boxes down on the floor and started chewing up the whole fucking town with his minigun. Yeah? Just walking along, just... yeah, just shooting the place up and just getting a sick laugh out of it. So, how was he caught? After a lot of police deaths and a lot of civilian fucking deaths, you had some brave fool, and I call him a fucking fool. A member of the public managed to get up to him and took him out by the legs with a machete. Yeah? Not that he should have been carrying a machete. He was a piece of shit thug. But he was being a good Samaritan that day. Maybe because some of his gang got fucking killed. I don't fucking know. Don't care. Yeah, but he managed to take Johnny Bonnie McLough out by the legs. He's still got his legs, mind you. They both work. He just managed to get a slash in. And he got sent down by the weight of the minigun. And then the police, we just bundled on top of him, and we got him. Okay? It took a while for them to find the body of that boy. He went missing. And the only reason they knew that it was related to Johnny Bonnie McLough was the fact that there was residue of gunpowder and gun oil from the minigun in that fucking hole, and a couple of stray bullets that would go into that minigun. And that's how we put 2 and 2 together to say that Johnny McLough killed that fucking kid and dismembered him. Well, boss. And when's he due out? Couple of fucking days time. And we've been petitioning to keep him locked away until he died. But no. There's no more money in the budget, as you well know, because we only get paid on a different we get paid on a completely different model to back then. Yeah? We get paid on a case-by-case basis when people are willing to pay for a fucking prosecution, yeah? There's nothing we can do to keep him inside. The law completely got changed, and all the legacy criminals that were still in bars by that point were given to this year, 2055, maximum service before they were allowed to be paroled. And it doesn't matter how dangerous that person was. That's it. That is it. He's coming out, and there's nothing we can do about it. Well, I don't think he'll be dangerous at the age of 73 years old. Are you for real? We've seen a video of him from 2 years ago in that prison. Yeah, because sometimes we just like to check up on pieces of shit like that, yeah? Knowing full well that at some point he will be coming out because of the change of the law, yeah? And this guy, 71 years of age at the time, doing hundreds of sit-ups, hundreds of press-ups and punching his concrete cell wall. Yeah, there's bloodstain after bloodstain that's been chewed into the concrete because it's been there for so long, and you can wash it off that blood as much as you want. It's sucked into the pores of the brick of that wall. This man is dangerous, and I for one will do a free mission just to make sure that Johnny McLough does no harm to anyone. It is not worth it. We'll even put the contracts out to Gumshoes if we need to. This has to be paid for by us out of our own time and budgets, because Johnny McLough is that fucking dangerous. Okay? He's that fucking dangerous. Jeez. Oh no. So, are we all on high alert? Yeah, we're on high alert. Yeah, I'd say that we are on high alert too. And this is a top level priority because Johnny McLough is criminally insane and is the most dangerous person you would ever know. Thank you for listening to London 2055. If you like today's podcast, why not check out Gumshoe, where London 2055 is based on. The link is in the description below. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts from musterxmedia. They are the Total Entertainment Podcast, a tribute to men that hate their jobs, and 30 Years Since. All podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music and YouTube. The links are in the description below, as well as being able to access it on our website, which is www.musterxmedia.info, and we will catch you next time.